What I've ever remembered in life that is bitter than death is June 12th.
June 12th,
Yes.
1993.
Is it the money we put into it? Is it the fatigue? Is it the campaign? Is it the people that died? Is it the tension they put into the country by one person and group of persons? Babangida and his juntas. That somebody advised you. Then how much do you think we have removed from the treasury to get to that stage? Why don't you try to manage that man for just the 8 years? Even for the first 4 years, then you can set up another kangaroo something and make sure he never won the second time. Yes, for people that has brain. When everybody was talking about June 12 this time around, I was just laughing. Maybe Nigeria did not know, they don't have brain. How can you celebrate your stillborn baby? Oh, my firstborn could have been like Agu Irosi. During the time Benga Sabe was born to his father, in that very year, my wife put to bed, but it was a stillbirth. Sir, can you celebrate that? Yeah, and the most fairness election in the world. A normal woman being born of woman through the leg of a woman being aborted it. It's too barbaric, too denounced, too excommunicated, and it's not a thing we should remember. The old Nigeria was the Nigeria of 1960 to the time of Awolowo. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the new Nigeria, that was the Nigeria where you can live in Kaduna, you can live in Benue, you can live, you can sleep, you can do whatever you want to do. You can even do anything there. But this Nigeria now where they cut people's neck, just like if they are cutting chicken. But that will not elongate their own day under heaven. The way they come, they will go. But the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." But now killing is what the order of the day. Then that time they said Nigeria should rise and obey. So now there are a lot of leaders, people now obey. Whom do they obey in Nigeria? Now it's not the leader but the money. Time of Abiola is what they are going to play again. Teaming well with Atiku, this and that and that. Atiku is a chicken on the matter. Because they will still remember all the atrocity committed during these people. Then a lot of people are going to die. They brought the casket of about 56 politicians. But that time it was around 3 o'clock, but I asked God if you can reveal the names so I can tell Nigerians that we should be getting ready to bury this type of people. Because I saw the group of Atiku, Babangida, Dia, and Obasanjo. But let's see what the Lord will tell you. By October 1, something will change. By October 1, something miraculously will happen.
Is there a revelation, sir?
In this country, yes. Something miraculously will happen the last 3 days to October and October. We may likely sing another new song. So, but let me just keep it with you. But don't worry. This present Nigeria is hell. Everybody is dying every day. Everybody is dying what? Every day. Why are we like this? For somebody having 18 billion, 80 billion, 120 billion, keeping money in the casket, and these downtrodden Nigerians, don't worry. They didn't care. A graduate riding Okada, a graduate riding the Lagos State bus, a graduate in Nigeria who had masters, he's selling buns in Moshood. What do you want them to do again? Then you say they should die. They should come and be Muslim by force.
It's another very wonderful, lovely day today, as we are lucky to meet the Nostradamus, the man of God, the oracle himself, Prophet Dr. MKO Tibetan. Yesterday was June 12th in Nigeria, another anniversary to celebrate democracy and the freedom of speech and association.
And there is church. So.
Today, there was a democracy walk at the Eagle Square in Abuja and other symbolic spots around the country. We want to talk to the prophet because he has said that we are the cause of our problem in a sermon yesterday, June 12th, and we want to find out why and how can we get out of the problem, especially in a country, Nigeria, and especially as we approach an election year, a democracy-oriented year. Sir, with total honor, sir, I want to thank you for giving us another time today.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, today, sir, as the democracy walk was going on in Abuja, sir, I mean, 3 army officers collapsed on the field. They just collapsed because they were standing. I think the sun was too hot and the scorches gone. They collapsed near where the president is sitting, and so they have to pilot them, though they were able to rescue them. They didn't die, but it was like as a result of what can I call it, exhaustion, sir. So what does this symbolize for a democracy day, especially June 12th, which is how many years away now? Many years away from 1993. So we are going to be, this 29 years, 29 years. Then we are going to be 30 years away by next year. So what does this symbolize for us when we have 3 soldiers collapsing on the democratic field in Abuja, sir? And how do you think we have gotten ourselves to this level? Because your sermon yesterday said we are the cause of the problem, and you elucidated, you tried to paraphrase some of the problem of the country one way or the other. So a lot of people want you to elaborate on the topic of nationalism, sustainability of economic development, and especially the goodness of the youth, a youth that is in disarray, a youth that is angry now. So how do we get away from here, sir?
Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes,
Benga.
Yes, sir.
We won't quarrel today.
Okay, sir.
We will not attack ourselves.
Okay, sir.
The little story says, you said, how come?
Yes, sir.
For a 3 officer to collapse on the
collapse
standing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much is their salary? How much is the take home of the soldiers that collapsed? Then how much is the take home of the finance minister? How much is the take home with the police that is guiding Yaya Bello? And the wife just opened the briefcase and started dashing them 1 million. Then I told you some times ago that all Nigerians under Buhari regime,
yes, sir,
all Nigerians are living under high blood pressure. Everybody in Nigeria today, they are happy during the day, but in the night, everybody is living in fear. Then when you look at what Buhari is lacking, in the book of Proverbs 7, verse 4 and 5, he said, if any one of us lack wisdom, let it consult. When there is a president that has advisors, Donald Trump, in his own wicked way, has an advisor.
That's the immediate president of America, sir.
The immediate past.
Yes, sir.
Joe Biden had an advisor. You could remember, if you can still go through the memory lane.
Yes, sir.
Where the other president of America, Donald Trump, said, Nigeria is shithole. Ogunlesi, and the other young doctor has just performed an operation that brought a baby from the mother's womb, operated on the baby and replaced the baby back.
They were trying to remove a foot.
Yes, in Nigerian.
Yes, sir.
And a place where the minister for health in Florida is a Nigerian. Then where in the University of Maryland, where they cannot do without having Nigerian professors. Then where they cannot do in Texas and California, where Nigerians have excelled in their fields. Then to a place where people at this age were now tracing the cattle way
Okay, you know the cow roots, sir.
The cow roots.
Yes, from.
And we in the government of Oshibajo, in the government of the present Senate President, in the presence of all the people, the kangaroo government, Buhari found himself. It's now everybody knows clearly. That very time when Idiagma was with him, Idiagma was his brain. So he was in the office taking tea and eating breakfast in the afternoon. In that day, when anybody mentioned Idiagma is on the way. When you get to Abule, when you get to any of the bus stop in Lagos,
yes, sir,
you see everybody queuing to enter the bus. They only had the name Idiagbo.
That's war against indiscipline.
War against indiscipline.
Yes, sir.
Then do you remember those people were thinking those that looted Nigerians, that looted the economy? Immediately they announced the victory of Buhari. They all removed their jet. They took it to Cotonou. They took it to Ghana. They emptied the whole hangar, thinking what they are going to meet in the hand of Buhari will be things they will not be able to handle. But they never knew it's a female Buhari that we voted for. But I told Nigerians that Buhari is people's choice.
That was 2015, sir.
What you think you are expecting from him, you will not get. It's in the book, Religion 2015.
Yeah, 2015, sir.
So to come to your question, my brother, if 200 soldiers should fall down and you salvage them with pure water, is the Lord that helped those soldiers to come back? Because Buhari himself campaigned that during his own second time or first time, nobody will be flown abroad. We will get our treatment here. So thank God that the soldiers got their treatment on why they are standing, guiding.
They were revived, sir.
Guiding then they use the normal way. They do the cardiac and everything. They brought them back to life. This is the worst and the stupid, the government that we must not remember in history. And when they were coming in, they removed history from the curriculum, or the educational curriculum, right from Obasanjo's regime, PDP. Now, APC, democracy will be 30 years old by next year, yes, June 12. When everybody was talking about June 12 this time around, I was just laughing. Maybe Nigeria did not know, they don't have brain. How can you celebrate your stillborn baby? Oh, my firstborn could have been like Agu Hiroshi. During the time Benga Sabe was born to his father, in that very year, my wife put to bed, but it was a stillbirth. Sir, can you celebrate that? Yeah, and the most fairness election in the world. A normal woman being born of woman through the leg of a woman being aborted it. He's too barbaric, too denounced, too excommunicated, and it's not a thing we should remember. Because it's said in the book of Ecclesiastes 5 and 6. And Ecclesiastes 3 from verse 4 to 10. And he said in 7, the last 3 verses, he said, I saw something in the world that is bitter than death is a woman. What I've ever remembered in life that is bitter than death is June 12.
June 12, 1993.
Is it the money we put into it? Is it the fatigue? Is it the campaign? Is it the people that died? Is it the detention they put into the country by one person and group of persons? Babangida and his juntas. That somebody advised you. Then how much do you think we have removed from the treasury to get to that stage? Why don't you try to manage that man for just the 8 years? Even for the first 4 years, then you can set up another kangaroo something and make sure he never won the second time. Yes, for people that has brain. These are the type of people we are moving with. in a country where somebody just decided in the morning and loaded the Hercules plane and said the brain in Igbo, the brain in Yoruba, the brain in Hausa are going for a course. And you have tampered with what? With the plane. Then later to drop them at Ejibo. Yes, sir. What is even more bitter than June 12 has happened to us? Because it said in the book of Joshua 5, from verse 20 to the 26, he said, whoever thought or think he wanted to rebuild the wall, what? The wall of Jericho. We use the blood of his first son. This is a bitter thing to what? To remember. I don't know anything about June 12. And I was telling my wife the other day, I said those people that formed the party will never release the mantle to the man and they will kill him. And that's what happened. I've predicted that time.
That's 992.
And it happened.
993.
Yes. Not only they gave order, and the man was flogged to death. Then, in a place where somebody believe in this government, Buhari said he did not trust any tribe, only the Fulani that has no place in the world. We have them scattered eventually everywhere in the world. Look at how they rough handled the Hausas. It was in this regime we knew that there's a difference between Fulani and Hausa. It was now we knew that all the people holding position in the north are Fulani. That they have put the Fulani, the Hausas to their knee to pay the price of what they did not know. Then, now they were now circulating a paper that they bought Nigeria from God. The very time the Fulani and God were friends, that he sold Nigeria for them. We had this one, and is this government they talk about hate speech? What is the meaning of that video? Sending it to everywhere. That Odman whom they attack and divide his garments amongst the people in what? In Plateau. Now said, how did Odman get to Nigeria? Where are his parents? How does he come? If you are talking about Awolowo, who is the father of Awolowo? If you are talking about Sheikh Gumi, who is his father? And if you are talking about Marcus, somebody has been living before Marcus, and somebody has been living before the father of Marcus. Then all these ones are what they call hate speech. And thank God now, our brother is silent. He had a lot of problem in his hand. Then the Minister for Information, then Lai Mohammed.
Okay, when they respected Alhaji Lai Mohammed.
Mohammed, because he's tired. He's aged. You know, I told you he was tired. Before the end of the Iran, we will not hear his voice. We could remember the time of Suku Mereje. You remember the time of the other man who said if you wanted to be a teacher, you have to teach well.
Is your phone a guru?
No. If you wanted to be a driver, you have to drive well. This man from
Niger State?
Yeah, the minister, I said.
The Mamsa man?
Mamsa man.
That's Ghana.
Jerry Ghana. These are the people. Then if this government can even address any of the trouble, why are we still seeing King Ibe in government? Why with King Ibe and the wife, they are posting them. And you say you are celebrating June 12. Then later you will now say the young shall grow. You see how Buhari disturb all the youths? He said they should just be warming up. If he's going to hand over for somebody under 40, under 45. And that was what made Yahya Bello to dance and cross the stream.
He signed the not too young to run bill, sir.
Don't worry. So the young shall grow. The young has been neglected in this again.
But Sir Yahya Bello, you have just mentioned now, he has been said to be the hope because Hafsat Abiola, the very beautiful daughter of late Chief MKO Abiola, the Basorun, said that Hafsat has worked with Governor Amosun for 2 times, 8 years as SA. But now Yahya Bello has made her the DG of his campaign organization, and she said Her father was Hope 93. That Yaya Bello is now the Hope 23. And that there's no other person that is as good as Yaya. That Yaya is just like a father. As a great administrator with innovation and foresight and a great dream for Nigeria. But look at how they are now treating that great Yaya Bello now, sir. Do you think after the saying the truth, sir?
If
Costello.
If Yaya Bello knew the history that surrounded Abiola, he ought not to have even employed the daughter of Abiola. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Abiola was a thief who he used his biro to alter the ITT check. Then again, he said he wanted to rule Nigeria, and he wanted reparation money. He wanted a lot of other things. And Abiola was the one that even joined them in the IOC. And he was with those people who threw the Bible into the river, into the high sea, because he's dancing to the tune. And then they used Abiola to torment Awolowo in all the whole ways. You get what I'm saying? So automatically,
no,
Yaya Bello
was a publisher, sir.
Yaya Bello is maybe likely take that girl as the fourth wife or the third wife, because they have
4 wives already.
Yeah, they can make it number 5.
Yes, sir.
Because they have both failed. So it's easier said than done. I think there is no trouble in that state. Yaya Bello up to have been carrying portfolio to follow all the good people in that state. But this is wet by mistakenly ran into the hand of a wrong person. When they asked him to go and rule, how do you think Yaya Bello can deliver? If he's having 4 wives with that his small age, he's a young boy. So automatically, we knew what he loved. He was a womanizer. So how can he now have interest? Although he's very good with the trick and the way he was going, he moved like Abiola, because Abiola loves women. He has a lot of, the lady is not in the wrong place, he's in the right place.
You may have Sarkozy.
You see all what is in his father, he can smell it from Yaya Bello.
Because all the women,
but it's very dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Because when a lion is sick, and you said the goat should go and greet the lion, the goat may lose his life in the hands of the lion. You know, lion eat fresh meat all the time. So if care is not taken, this lady may end up being the wife of Yaya Bello. Then, because Yaya Bello has failed, you know, I told you he failed.
Yes, sir.
And if he said he want to go as an ambassador to Senate, he cannot make it, because Adeyemi is still there. Smart is a very good man. These are people that has experience. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Even I don't think Yaya Bello has a visa before he became a president. He didn't know any street in New York. He has not been to Texas. He cannot be to other states. It's just like when Atiku said, tell his people that he traveled. Atiku will go to Dubai and Cairo and come back. They said Atiku had just landed from a trip. So, because he has been banned. And if you think that these people can do Nigeria anything, no. So there's nothing special. The topic I want to have for you before was just the old Nigeria and the new Nigeria. The old Nigeria was the Nigeria of 1960 to the time of Awolowo. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the new Nigeria, that was the Nigeria where you can live in Kaduna, you can live in Benue, you can live, you can sleep, you can do whatever you want to do. You can even do anything there. But this Nigeria now where they cut people's neck, just like if they are cutting chicken. But that will not elongate their own day under heaven. The way they come, they will go. But the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." But now killing is what the order of the day. Then that time they said Nigeria should rise and obey. So now there are a lot of leaders, people now obey. Whom do they obey in Nigeria now? It's not the leader but the money. If you have money, people will obey you. Nigeria call obey. So if you have money, your money will call people around you, then will obey you. How can somebody in this Nigeria under this APC, in the Nigeria under PDP, that's the Chibok girl, why people were using people's life to trade to win an election? And then at the end of the day, we have seen everything. All what they promised, it was just cock and bull story. It was a foul play. So, Brent, my brother, don't just worry. And what I wanted to ask you now, the Nigeria of today Somebody be thinking that using trailer, moving ammunition from everywhere to everywhere. The one you wanted to fight with the Yoruba people, the one you wanted to fight with the people of Ekita, the people from Idori. Not all war,
yes, sir,
that you can win by what? By bullets. There are a lot of things that we can use to fight a war. And the paramount one is the Almighty God. He said, when you see the rich and the poor fighting, he said, don't worry about it. The ruler of the two of them is what is in heaven. You got the point. Then when you look at the book of 1 Samuel 17,
yes, sir,
45 to 50,
it's interesting.
He said, my brother, why are you going to war with Goliath? Are you not too young for this? He said, my God will follow me. Then when he appeared before Goliath, the Fulani now the Goliath we are facing, they make themselves the Goliath. Minister for Finance were the Fulani. The Minister for Education, Fulani. Then the Minister for Education, Fulani. Then the Chief of Army Staff, Fulani. Then the man in police, Fulani. Everything, Fulani. And that's why the man said, you could remember in those days, before Buhari became a president, there was a trouble in Oyo State. That the time Adesina was the governor.
Adesina.
Yes. He ran down there, he said, you are killing the cow of my people, and then you should stop it. To let you know this man is tribalistic. And his tribe is the smallest in the whole world. And they don't have a place that they can call of their own. All what they are doing in Nigeria is what they did in Bangui, in Cameroon. And they were defeated. Everywhere. Look at what happened in Burkina Faso of late. They slaughtered the Fulanis just like chicken. How can somebody just take a bike? We are going to somewhere to fight at this time. That you want to go and kill people. You are fighting jihad. And then in a sovereignty state, a country that has been in existence since 1960. If you ask anybody in Benin, he will be able to tell you the story of 1,000 years of Benin. That Benin has been in existence. How Benin moved from that place to what? To Lagos. Then again, for you to now say you wanted to set up and then a palace for the Sultan of the Fulani in Benin. How many kings do you think can rule Benin? It's only one. And that was why they were shouting in the paper every time the other day, oh, I said Benin president, king, we have a problem. There's one woman who did not know his left from right. He looks like an insane human being. Because it said in the book of Isaiah 26 that don't answer the fool. Because if you answer him, you are going to be like a fool. So then I left him. Then later on the 21st of June, 21st of May, they said they wanted to set up the emir of Fulani in Edo State. Then they fought it out that this cannot happen. What does that mean to the king? He has problem. But people has rallied around, even including me, we prayed so that will not happen. Because it has happened in Lagos, because Lagos, they believe the Oba of Lagos is having trouble. He cannot see, he didn't have the two eyes again. So he cannot differentiate either it's Fulani or Sokoto. Even the color of his palace, he did not know. It was when they went to Oshiomole trouble in those days that people knew that the Oba cannot see. Oba is having bad sight. And the Oba of Lagos who claimed is from Ibadan. So automatically, whatever that happened to Lagos, it never concerned him. He has siphoned enough of what he wanted to siphon. Even the rulership staff has been taken away. Some people said it's in London. So maybe if the Fulani,
no, they took it in.
Maybe the Okpa share of Fulani can help Lagos. So, but he left.
Because those boys that took it, the NSAS boys, they put it on GG.
Yes, because he fumbled.
They took some dollars too in the
Don't worry, they took that away. So the present Nigeria, we need to seek caution. We should beg the president. We should beg the people in government. We should beg all the Fulanis. If they should start this trouble they are ganging up to do, it will never end up well. They will pursue them beyond Kaduna. The Yoruba and the Bini, the Igbo, we will pursue them up. Oh, you don't know, They will amass another territory, join the Igbo land, join the Yoruba land. They've not seen anything. They can send bills to them. They can send God of Thunder to them. They can send Ogun to them. They can send Oya to them. And they can cause the water to fight them. But they have forgotten all these things. And they never wanted to take the advice of the other elder statesman, Danjuma.
General T.Y.
Danjuma. He warned them. Although that one has not helped anybody in life. He come alone, he shop alone, he live alone.
He's the richest general in the whole of Africa.
He can just take his money and he's keeping it for, you know, when the Nigeria divided into 2 or 3, it's only the dollar his children can always see to use. If Nigeria is no more, if people should go get their way, Yoruba get their way, then what concerns us with Naira? So they have to create their own money. So my brother, about June 12 or no June 12 is a sad day. It's a day we don't supposed to have. It didn't go out fine with some part of the country. So I don't see any joy or anything special whether somebody should fall and die in the pit for June 12.
People are saying that the election that just went, the primary, you know, people are afraid that how can a party like APC amount almost $1 billion? A lot of people use 100 million to buy form, only for them to come that night to now surrender to one single man. For instance, some group, they bought form for someone like the African Development Bank helmsman, that is acclaimed. Some even bought, some Yetiala bought form for ex-president Jonathan, 100 million. Some even bought for, I think who is that they bought for again? They bought for the CBN governor. They also bought for Alhaji Ayatuddin, the former MD of FSC Bank. All of these people abandoned the form. In fact, Jonathan said he does not even know about the Yetiala plan of the 100 million. Then Akinwumi chicken out. I think he was too fascinated with the African Development Bank job than coming to sort it out with Nigerians at the political pole. Then Ayatuddin just left. Then Nwajuba, the Minister of State for Education, ran away. Even Timi Presiva too, some people gather 100 million. That's the Minister of State for Petroleum. They bought form for him too. He chicken out. Then someone like Amosun, someone like one guy even the governor of Ekiti State, the Amosun is senator.
Benga, do you see the money physical?
I was not able to see, but the money moved.
So
800 and something million, and we're talking that 830 million that APC made can feed 3,330.
What about the 80 million the minister picked?
No, that's Minister of.
What about the one Mina took away? What about the money they took away from EFCC? Don't worry about that. I'm not here for this. Okay, sorry, sir. Benga.
No, we lost money, sir.
We don't lost money. Where is the Gulf World money?
No,
the money we made,
$10 billion. That one is past tense.
It's not past.
During Babangida's regime, sir.
But he took it. Babangida took the money.
They said the money got missing through.
No, Babangida took the money. And look at the punishment now. He's being savaged by sickness. Leave them to do. It was just a setup. The fixing of the money and everything was a setup. Leave God to do his job. Leave God to do his job. When you look at the book of Joshua 10, you see what happened. Then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostles 16, you see what happened. Then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostles 7, and when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostles 19, from verse 16 down, he said, John we know, Paul we know. Then, don't you thank God that everything went well? Had it been there is a war or trouble from Abuja, where do you think you want to live?
One delegate fell and died, sir.
They can even work on him.
And some delegates are returning hard motor accidents, like 5 of them.
It was a gang up. This is how God will reduce the population of these people. Don't worry. These are man-made brains. These are man-made brains. Human brains. Just don't worry. Then when you look at it in that Joshua 10, he said they gathered, the Moabite king gathered themselves together. Then when you look at the book of 1 King 17, 1 King 18, 1 King 19, he said, I'm the only prophet left.
And that was...
Then when you look at the book of First King 19, verse 16, 17, 18, 19, he said the rain is coming today.
That's about 3.5 years, sir.
Yeah, the man, that's God's work. God used that man to perform the miracle.
That's Prophet Elijah, sir.
That is it, sir. So don't just worry. Then when you look at the gang up, in the book of Exodus 1, from verse 9 to 15, he said, now that the king that knew Joseph is dead, and nobody ever think about the good work of Joseph. And what they do is they don't just allow us to be killing all the male child. That we should be killing all what? The male child. Then when the time is up, it's in between that Lord, that very that time, they gave birth to Moses. That's the book of Genesis. Exodus 2 verse 6. That is it. Then when the trouble is coming on the land, leave God, because he said in the book of Psalm 49 from verse 10, he said their plan is for their house to remain, put their name on the street for people to read. He said, but God should know for sure that death will feed on them. Then 2 Samuel 14 said we should remember that we are going to die. Then when you look at Joshua 15, Joshua 14, and Joshua 10, then when you look at the book of 1 Samuel 3, 1 Samuel 4, 1 Samuel 5, when the Ark of the Covenant was taken. Then when you look at Elijah in the book of 2 Samuel 1 and 2, he said, I'm the one that came from the war tomb. I am the one that rushed home from the war tomb. He said the enemy of Saul is dead. He said his word is dead. Then the righteous man said, take him away.
That's King David, sir.
Then do you remember again the Lord said, go and destroy the Amalekites in the book of 1 Samuel 15 and 16. Then he brought some good thing home for himself.
Like the fatting calf.
You know the Joshua,
Samuel,
Jonah and Jonathan and Saul were killed by the people of the Amalekites. Where the Lord said, wash out, he said, there's no problem. Then at the end of the day, the Lord threw the government off him. Then when you look at 1 Samuel 15 from verse 16, he said, for you tearing my clothes, government has threw the government off you. Now this struggling is that this thing has moved. Everything is going to the Yoruba side. Since up to this moment, no Yorubas have ever ruled Nigeria. And this is the closest time again, second time, that we are very close to the place. And if they believe the game they played during the time of Abiola, is what they are going to play again. Teaming well with Atiku, this and that and that. Atiku is a chicken on the matter. Because they will still remember all the atrocity committed during these people. Then a lot of people are going to die. They brought the casket of about 56 politicians. But that time it was around 3 o'clock, but I asked God if you can reveal the names so I can tell Nigerians that we should be getting ready to bury this type of people. Because I saw the group of Atiku, Babangida, Dia, and Obasanjo. And some of the Northern King, their faces were there. There are a lot of people who will not mark will not finish this year. How about those people who can go? You know the punishment the Lord said he's going to give Fayemi. You know the punishment the Lord said he's going to give the vice president. Because he's using the name of the Lord in vain. You could remember he went to go at Turban. Who are they fooling? Is it Nigerian or God? Then when you look at the book of Exodus, the book of Proverbs 22, 23, 24. Then when you look at Jeremiah 10, Jeremiah 9, from verse 21, he said death is very close to the window of all these evildoers. You remember Julius Caesar? You remember things fall apart? Then you remember what the man said. He said the beautiful one are not yet what? Are not yet here. The brain that to help Nigerians are not yet here. Nigeria cannot be better if we have 300 Tinubu coming to power. Because the country has been damaged to what? To the foundation. How do you see somebody, a youth, bathing nakedly on the bridge, Third Mainland Bridge?
No,
how can you use a youth using his girlfriend? How can you see a driver using his boss? Where they are selling the head of human being, where the Hausas are hiding in the bush. They even deny people to go to their farm. and they want to be selling yam and cow for 500 million, 500,000. They want to sell a cow for 300,000 per one cow. What type of economy can we get
one
from cow?
900,000.
What can we gain if we fail in petroleum? That you think that is cow that will raise our GDP, it cannot work. And this is what is the brain of all these people, thinking they are helping Nigeria. They are not helping Nigeria. They are not helping the country. So automatically, even the next election is still blinking. It's still a mirage. But let's see what the Lord will tell you. By October 1, something will change. By October 1, something miraculously will happen.
Is there a revelation, sir?
In this country, yes. Something miraculously will happen the last 3 days to October and October. We may likely sing another new song. So, but let me just keep it with you. But don't worry. This present Nigeria is hell. Everybody is dying every day. Everybody is dying what? Every day. And Dangote is not smuggling, is not carrying rice, carrying cement again. But what is carrying now is ammunition, so that they can help him conquer the people of Lagos. So that how the federal government failed in producing adequate petroleum, so that Lagos now is the center where he believes people from Kano can come and stay. And there was a riot the other day in toll gate and everything. These are the people who cleared the place because of the factory they are constructing. You get what I'm saying? But I will see, because the Lord said he will fight for us, but we need to be what? To be still. Don't instigate fight. If anybody asks you, fight is coming tomorrow, then ask the person, have you donated your firstborn? If he said no, then go and be praying to God. Then I beg all Nigerians to be using Psalm 109.
Psalm 109, sir.
All the time. And they should try to train their hand for war. Psalm 141, Psalm 114, verse 1 to 10. He said, train our hand for war. Because it was during the time of Moses, they said, if anybody slap you, then you should turn the rest cheek. But now, for a person, you just go into the church and kill the mother and 4 children one day, and when there's no war, and they woke up as a normal woman being that day, but later to receive bullets. And because somebody was talking in the Congress, they were punishing the people of war because of the governor. And they know the house where the governor is living. How do you settle that scores? It's not settleable. You know the state house. You know where Mimiko and Haketi's children are living. And they said they have mentioned those people who asked them to come and do the job. And those people has been caught. Where they started those things is wrong. Because those people will not take. They will pursue them. If they try that in Delta or they try in Benin, they will pursue them. I don't know of Ogun State, but we'll be fighting war in those states before, and we always win. And then with what we have on ground, if care is not taken, we'll bring Kwara back to the Yoruba land. We are ready. Even we are not dumb, we are not deaf. We'll be hearing the noise, and then what is going on in the air. So we know what to do. But some people will still remain. They cannot bring down the whole Nigeria. Some people will still remain. In the whole country, Yoruba has the largest population in the whole Africa. In Brazil, in Trinidad and Tobago, in everywhere. You know, we are the first to be punished. They sold us as slaves from Benin, from everywhere, to go and dig the train tunnel in what? In London, in America, and everywhere. And even some of those people were impregnated on the way. And nobody to take their delivery, they threw them away. And the Lord took delivery of those people, and there we have Trinidad. We have everybody by the riverside.
Freetown.
Freetown, Sierra Leone, and everything. Half of the people living in Sierra Leone are from Oyo.
They're Creoles, sir. When I was in Sierra Leone, I met some of them, the Creoles, sir.
So that is that is it, my brother. So don't worry. This present Nigeria is sick. He's not in the hospital again, but he's already on the danger list.
I was thinking that it's in the loot, in the
it's on the danger list
emergency department.
Danger list. Danger list.
Sir, I want to know, before we round up, sir, the issue of Ondo or was critical to my mind, and few days ago, some people say, oh, some traditional women have come, they've used the land to cause those who gone those.
Yes, and they caught them.
And that they've walked up to that place.
Yes.
Then later police said there's nothing like that.
No, they've caught them.
Eventually,
they've caught them.
So, sir, is it, because I've seen in some of your prediction 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, even up to 2017, you said that we should resuscitate the traditional institution.
Yes, sir.
And that the traditional people should raise up to the music, to the tune.
That the government should give them money.
Yes,
so that they can do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
So if anybody stab you with knife, in those days, if you stab anybody with knife, I was a hunter. And if you shoot anybody carelessly, then the bullet will just fall down. So if the Arab people from Libya and everything, from Turkey and everything, think they are coming with AK-47, they will lose. We will keep all those ammunitions in our armory. They will fight themselves because there is no war. They cause a war. And tó bá pẹ̀lẹ́ sí ogun kò ní mọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn o. Where ibi tó lúwa ní kò sógun náà lógun wà yìí o. Tó lúkúlùkù lọ wọ́n ti àwọn people ti jìyà yìí tán. Then know for sure pé Olúwa máa gbè wá níjà because the 30,000 they said they should pay, they are not paying the workers. Even how the people in the south and the east, how they live. Olúwa nìkan ló yé. Look at the suffering in Igbo land. Look at the suffering in Yoruba land. The fertilizer is taken to the north. All the factories are taken to Kaduna. Everything is taken to the place. Look at all their roads. Look at our asphalt. Look at the bitumen. Then when you look at Abu Salam, he's directly in Zamfara, in charge of the gold. He never cared. He has his own Fulani people guiding all those places in the bush. And you said he's a saint. I was so surprised about the life of Absalom. Huh? Because those days when the man died, when Abacha died, they say he's the most honest and good Muslim. I look at it today. He's just a bobo. He's a come of life. He's even worse more than Babangida. Even the money he stole is enough for him to spend. Where are they taking the money to? For you bringing an helicopter to be taken off inside the forest. Then walking with, look at the whole thing. How many of us can finish a bag of rice in a week? None of us. Then why is this? Who gave them the audacity to shut down people's life? So my brother, the people of Ondo State are getting ready. The people of Ogun State, they should get ready. And the people of Ekiti should get ready. Now that they have disappointed Fayemi should go and set up his guerrilla soldiers. Everybody should go and raise his own soldiers. We don't need to sit down here and be looking at anything. We saw what Buhari did to the people of Benue. When they were arranging about 300 caskets, it gets to our end. When something happened to your brother, go there and help your brother. If we are doing this for since independence, this one will not happen. If any Fulani man or Hausa man fought anybody in Lagos, you take it to the police station, they release him immediately. And this has been there since independence. Nigeria is one-sided. There is no independent here. The independence of Nigeria is for the Northerners. I told you severally all the time.
You told us
it's still the same thing.
2014.
Yes, sir.
2014.
Yes, sir. And if you said I want to work with you and I'm not working again, then why do you want to kill me? Come and work with me. I said no. Then let me have my peace. You can't force food in anybody's mouth. He said you can take a camel to the river, but you cannot force him to drink. Then you bá fẹ́ lọ sí toilet, tó bá fẹ́ díbọ́n tó bá lọ sí toilet, tó bá débẹ̀ tí time àti ìyàgbẹ́ ò bá ti tó, he's only there wasting his time. The Fulani should to allow peace to reign. The Hausa should allow peace to reign. You could remember what the Fulani man was telling us sometimes ago last year. He said it was overnight. They start changing the stick in their hand and giving them AK-47. To do what? And why don't you legalize ammunition to everybody? Then everybody will know what to do. Like in Texas, every Saturday, every day, you see people in the range going for training. There's a private range everywhere in Texas. Private range anywhere you want in California. It's what you want to use your life to do. Can you use gun to harass anybody in America? It's not possible. You could remember when they go to the White House. Even all the senators, everybody in the hall, that they have their gun too. They have their pistol with them. That's why the people just take it easy. When Donald Trump said they should go and fight for him, a mediocre saying that he won the election, till tomorrow he's still warming up in his house, that they will give it back to him. That Joe Biden robbed him. So bad people are not in the, they are not in the one sectional part of the world. They are everywhere. That's why he said in the book of Psalm 37, Psalm 37, Psalm 39, Psalm 109, then Psalm 39, 139, 1 to 5. Then when you look at Psalm 55, 10 to 17, then Isaiah 59, all those things are there. So,
on the last note, sir, I want you to give the church an advice. This past Sunday now, we saw a lot of video clips. Even in Celestial Church, a woman in a sultana was carrying a gun to guide the entrance of the church. Then there's another one, the man that preached came with his gun, and even with the license, the document of license.
Man, guy, don't believe in all these things.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Remember Psalm 127.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if he carry the gun during the day, will he carry it in the dream? But there are things you just take as if.
I was thinking when his dreams.
Okay, you that do not have gun, why don't you go and buy machete and put it under the pillow of your daughter and your wife and everybody? So whenever they lock your door, so you can come with your machete. Let God take the preeminence. Will you see what happened in Egypt? When the time is up for Mubarak, the time is up for the Fulani and the outsiders. That's why on Jarumpa, then history will talk, history will tell, and history will point. You see, yesterday on Sunday when Buhari was even saying bye-bye, that he will not be here next June 12. We will use June 12 for that good thing. We are going to remove the public holiday. We don't need it. We can name street and then forget about it. It's not a palatable thing that happened that day. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Look at Mary Celeste. Is there any street given to Mary Celeste in Lagos? No. But he was the one that stopped the killing of twins in Calabar. You remember the story of Martin Luther the King, where he was in the prison, when he changed the English Bible to German.
That's a joke. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, then he said, yeah, he fought a good fight.
The German.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Then we beg all the governors in the south and everywhere, they should please don't sleep with their two eyes. They should be prayerful. God knows what he created us for. Because he said in the book of Proverbs 3, from verse 16, he said, length of days is in our right hand. Prosperity and happiness in the other hand. Then when you go down again and read the book of Proverbs 23, go and read it very well. Then when you look at the book of Jeremiah 29, verse 11, he said, the thought I have for you is for peace and not for evil. Then always remember what happened to the Israelites when the liberation was on. In the book of Exodus 9, 8, 10, then when they were sharing power, exchanging power between Moses and then the king. Then when it was 14, they went through what? Through the high sea. Then they said when the Israelites were going, the horrible Egyptians were burying their what? Their firstborns. They were burying what? Their deaths. So will it be? Because by the end of October, you will see a lot of carcass inside the forest. Those who have the upper hand before, they will not have the lower hand. We will win. In the name of Jesus Christ. He said, we are soldiers fighting for the Lord. In the name of Jesus, we shall conquer. And look at it now. They said they gave automatic of 3 months that we should not enter the church.
No, that was a threat letter.
That we should shut down the church.
Yes, sir.
Are they fighting God or human being?
They're fighting God, sir. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
So that's the reason why I said, wash and pray. Let us see. I've seen somebody who shot himself before. I've seen somebody during the time of they've been attacking on those states in a long way. In 1983, they saw a cat very close to Okeibo. Then they were thinking that they can use their truck to crush the cat. Then the 3 lorry load of soldiers, they came down. They didn't get to the cat. They came down and walked into the bush with their uniform. They left their ammunition and everything. inside what? Inside the truck. That was what made Buhari to what? Shagari to hands up. And they gave Shagari a course that day. That the number of people that die in those states, that you kill, that you will bury all your children before you died. And what happened to Shagari? Even a woman can win the war. Anyone they wanted to create in those states, let them start. And the youths are there. I trust the people of Idori. I trust the people of Okeibo. And I don't even, the people of Owo, they cannot be left out. And when you get to Ado Ekiti, they are not playing. They know what they are doing. You know, I told you when it happens, there are going to be a lot of Igbo people who are more powerful, vibrant than Igbo. And that's what I warned our people in 1983. That we all should not be a Christian. We should divide ourselves. I didn't mean we all have become a Christian. What will we be saying today? So that is a problem. And he said he created the leaf as medicine. When you look at the book of Revelation 22, Revelation 22 verse 1 and 5, he said, in the high street, he has created a tree that will produce fruit for 12 calendar months for medicine. Then when you look at the book of Isaiah 38, from verse 16 to the end, to 21, 22, 23, he said, Hezekiah, you say you cannot go to war. He said, don't behave that way. Go and plug what? One of the leaves there and put it on the boil. And immediately, everything goes down. So you could remember, in the book of Genesis 14 and 15, when Lot was attacked, then Abraham said, go and bring those boys that we have trained to go and retrieve the whole thing back. And when you look at 1 Samuel 30, when David was attacked, they said he pursued, he captured, and took over. That's what will happen. So God will bless the good people of Nigeria. And those people who are still planning evil, it's still right time for them to change. Because when you look at the book of Ezekiel 33, Ezekiel 37, then when you look at the book of Esther 4 and 5, and when you look at 1 Samuel 17, verse 45 to 50, then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostles 16, Acts of the Apostles 12, Acts of the Apostles 9, then when you look at the book of Acts of the Apostles 7, then you see the whole thing and the book of happened in Luke 16, from verse 16 to the end. And then Daniel 1, verse 8 and 9. Daniel 2, from verse 18 to the end. Then Daniel, when you check Daniel again, Daniel 3, from verse 16 to the end. And when you look at the book of Daniel 5, 1 to 10, Daniel 4, from verse 20 to the end. Then Daniel again, Daniel 6, verse 1 to 5. Then Daniel 6, from verse 20 to the end. Then when you look at what happened in the book of Judges 16, from verse 20 to the end, he said, I know my God has the power. Put my hand on the wall. Let me revenge his name. Then the whole people inside the big building died with whom? With Samson.
No, brother Samson, sir.
They died. Brother Samson cannot be brother, yes, because he's a womanizer. And he was the one that guided that city for quite a long time. So God will fight for us. Because we did never know anything about this war. It was punishment, punishment, punishment. Babangida regime, punishment, punishment, punishment. They kill Sarawiwa. They kill Idiagbon. They kill. All these are the people they build that can do us favor. They kill all of them. They kill all of them. Babangida is the chairman of all these things we are seeing today. For somebody to siphon Nigerian money to go and build an armory. Fabricated AK-47 bullet and everything. Where is he going to use it? How many children did he have? Has he ever waited, stood in the hospital when the wife is put into bed? Tomati draws it, don't bring it in robbery. Oh, nile no. Then life is just live and let's live. Everything is free. Why are we so like this in Nigeria? Kai. Why are we like this? For somebody having 18 billion, 80 billion, 120 billion, keeping money in the casket, and these downtrodden Nigerians, don't worry, they didn't care. A graduate riding Okada, a graduate riding the Lagos State bus, a graduate in Nigeria who had masters, he's selling bus in Moshood. What do you want them to do again? Then you say they should die. They should come and be Muslim by force. Don't you remember what happened in the book of Genesis? Genesis 15, Genesis 16, Genesis 17, and Genesis 27 and 28. All these things are there. Kí lẹ fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn people yìí? Jẹ́ kọ́kàn wọn balẹ̀ mọ́ now. You rape their wife, you kill their children, you kill their brothers. They cannot come home again. From America, they send money all the time. It's not easy with them in London. It's not easy with Nigeria living in Germany. It's not easy with Nigeria living in Trinidad and Tobago and everywhere. Everybody is running away every day. Every day. And you cannot go to America and see Fulani on the high street. You cannot go to London and see Fulani saying that he's piloting a cow on the high street. They eat animal in those places. Why is it animal cases in Nigeria? For the 8 years of Babangida, it's about cattle grazing, cattle jumping. Why now? They should allow the women to have peace. Go to the mortuary, go to the hospital in the evening, smelling everywhere, no light, to just preserve those that died. And you force them to die, and you didn't preserve them again. Go to the graveyard, now people are looking for score. To do with, they never allow the people. And the Nigerians are alive, they don't have rights. They die again, they are digging their corpse. Oh my God.
That's scary, sir. That's scary. They say the water.
It's only maybe God can punish me if I take my life. But I'm tired. You know you cannot enjoy alone. When you are enjoying alone, you cannot smile. You won't have rest. You won't. Oh my God.
I hope our situation is not spiritual, sir.
It's not spiritual. It's carnal. It's wicked people that took the leadership mantle. It's the wicked people. It's the wicked people. Look at when Dia was in Ogun State. Handle those people with terrible hands. Look at Babangida. Even having the infantry said he step aside.
He tried to step back in 207.
But God punished him. And I told no.
General Sani blocked him.
Where he was, the son fainted in Ibadan.
No,
he tested the ground in Ibadan. Yes.
In Abuja.
Yes. And I said,
my daughter was behind. She just fainted.
Yes.
When he was reading his beautiful speech. Sir.
Yes. Nothing beautiful they wrote for him.
Okay,
He's not a brilliant person. May the Lord bless the country.
Amen, sir.
Some people are ready to work. Not all Nigerians are dubious.
I want to thank you very much for this very wonderful, insightful, knowledgeable, national redemptive interview, at least for the nation to make a good judgment of itself, the leadership to make a good judgment of itself, and for the youth themselves to find their place in the quality and in the polity, and to contribute their own conscience and be conscientious about leadership and take their PVC reigning, take it by themselves and have it for themselves, to have a beautiful Nigeria with lights, with good water, with good education, with good medical care, and all available amenities. Till the next time that we're going to meet the prophets and the oracle, we want to say, please continue to share the truths, pray for a great Nigeria, continue to be in a good head. Thank you. Goodbye.
You.